So students, today we'll study about cube and cube roots. After completion of this chapter, you should be able to know the first point about the cube numbers, what are cube numbers, and how we are supposed to calculate it. Second thing, you will be able to, you should be able to discover some properties of cube numbers. Third thing, you should come to know about identifying what do you mean by the perfect cube numbers. What are the perfect cube numbers? As we have done in the case of the squares also, perfect square numbers were also there. The same thing we will be also having the perfect cube numbers. The fourth point will, after this chapter, that is very important, we'll be able to find the cube root. As you have calculated square root, the same thing cube root by only one method we'll be having, that is by prime factorization method. And the last point, that is how to estimate the cube root of a number. That means a rough calculation of cube root. What will be the approximate value of the cube root of a particular number? That you will come to know. Now, let us introduce our topic. That is from where this topic is coming from. As you know that in the laws of exponents, exponential chapter, you have studied a raised to the power of n, where a is said to be the base and n is said to be their exponent. Exponent also we have also said for the powers. Anything you can express. Now, in this case, if you take the value of n equal to 2, then what you will be getting? A raised to the power of 2. And this is said to be what? A square number. As you have studied in the previous chapter. And if I take n equal to 3, then what will happen? A raised to the power of 3 will be there. And this is said to be a cube number. This is how the cube numbers are coming. Second difference about this is two-dimensional. In the case of finding the area of the square, where we are taking side square, if a square of side 2 unit is been given, then we say 2 into 2, which comes out to be 4. And this comes in the case of three-dimensional. That means a cube will be formed. If you take a side of 3 centimeter, then a cube can be prepared. Now let us come to the next topic, that is cube numbers. What are cube numbers? Now, as you know, if I multiply, that is 1 into 1 into 1, what will be my result? Coming out to be equals to 1. So I have taken a cube of side 1 unit. That is length of 1 unit, breadth also of 1 unit, and height also of 1 unit. If I take the value of a equal to 4, then I will be getting a cube equals to what? 4 cube, which is equals to what? 4 into 4 into 4, which is equals to how much? 64. And again I can say that the length of a cube 4, breadth also 4, and height also of 4. Now you also must have done Rubik. Rubik's cube is also a cube having, if you have seen it carefully, having a side 3. So 3 into 3 into 3, which comes out to be how much? Equals to 27. So we can say that there were how many cubes there? 27 cubes were there. Of how much unit? 1 unit each. So students, now let us observe the following table. Now here what I have done it, here I have written the number 1 and the cube of this particular number, which is 1 into 1 into 1, which comes out to be equals to 1 itself. The number 2, which is an even number, I have written colored with a blue ink, 2 into 2 into 2, which comes out to be equals to 8. You have to observe here the color with the red color because it's an odd number, 3 into 3 into 3, which comes out to be equals to 27. Like so on, I have written it all these numbers, you can see from here. And what you can observe from this pattern, that these numbers, the number 1, the number 8, you can see from here, number 1, the number 8, the number 27, number 64, what are these? These are said to be the perfect cube numbers. And the second thing, what you can observe from here, the red colored, which are the odd numbers, their cubes are also an odd numbers. You can see from this table. And the blue colored, which are even numbers, their cubes are also coming out to be an even number. So that I have concluded here, the cube of an odd number is an odd and cube of an even number is an even. I suppose it must be very much clear. The odd number I represented it by the red color and the result is also coming out to be an odd, and for the even number it's also coming out to be an even. Now let us see some more pattern from here. What we can observe, if the number ends with 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9, you can see from here the numbers which are ending with 1, 6, number that ends with the digit 1. The number 2 ends with the digit 8. Like the number 6, number 5 and the number 4, 5 and 6. 4 is ending with the number 4. The number 5 is ending with the number 5. The number 6 is ending with the number 6. And then we are getting the number 9 is ending with the number 9. And if there is a 0 ending digit number, then the result is again coming out to be a 0. That they have not mentioned it here. So we can conclude from this pattern that if a number ends with 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9, the cube will also end with this particular respectively numbers. Now here we have to evaluate the first part, 9 cube, as you can see from here, A part 9 cube, which can be written as 9 into 9 into 9, and which comes out to be equals to how much? 729. We have to calculate, that's all. The B part, where the second part, which is minus 5 cube, which can be written as minus 5, always written a bracket, multiplied by minus 5, multiplied by minus 5. What will be the result? Since the minus coming how many times? 3 times. So my result will be in minus, and 5 into 5 into 5 comes out to be equals to 125. So make sure in the case of the square, always the result was coming out to be a positive, but in the case of the cube, the result is always coming out to be a negative if it is a negative number. I suppose it must be clear to all of you. Now we'll come to the example number 2. We have to find the digits at the unit place for the cube of the number 23. Now the solution for it, as we know that the unit digit of 23 is how much? Equal to 3. Now we will be cubing. What we are going to do? We are going to cube it. Cubing what? 3. We get, what we will be getting? 3 into 3 into 3. And the results comes out to be how much? 27. Therefore, what I can say, the digits at the unit place of 23 cube will be equals to 7. Because as you can see here, the unit digit of 27 is coming out to be this 7. So my result of the unit digit of 23 cube will be also coming out to be equal to 7. No need of calculation. They are only asking here for the unit digit. For the unit digit calculation, you can use this method and you can calculate.